Hey, this is Glendon with Making Money with Storage Unit Auctions. And today I am going to rip up an article. One of the things that used to perturb me, and well, that's not true. One of the things that deeply perturbs me is the number of people who are writing about storage auctions who've never been to a storage auction. Essentially, they're regurgitating the information that they got from someone else, and that person that they're regurgitating the information got that information from someone else, and that person who's regurgitating that information got that information from somewhere else, and things get lost in translation. It is funny because I read these things and I'm going, no, that's not true. Where did you get that? And then it's like, oh, you got that from someone else. All right, this is called Top Ways to Profit from Storage Auctions, written by Amy Fontanelli. I love the name. The name's hot. Maybe Amy is too. Let's begin. If you ever watch popular shows like American Pickers or on the History Channel or Storage Wars on A&E, you might wonder how men like Mike Wolfe, Frank Fritz, and Dave Hester are able to make a living by turning other people's trash into their treasure. It's not as simple or as glamorous as it looks on TV, but the average person can learn how to implement these star skills sets to earn his or her own profits from treasure hunting. Let's see, let's go down. Let's get to the good stuff. I will post a link to this article so you can check it out for yourself. What to look for at auctions. Professional moving boxes. We had someone who recently did a video about how he got burned by professional moving boxes. Okay, let's just do this. Everyone does not use movers to move. 90% of the moves in this country are self-moves. And these people don't buy boxes. They go get boxes from liquor stores or behind the grocery store or wherever. And I have bought many of those units which were outstanding. Understand, you have to do your due diligence. These little, what I call cheat sheets, like, oh, if it's a professional moving box, it's a win. No, it's not. The game is deeper than that. Furniture wrapped in plastic goes back to the first thing. Most people self-move, and a lot of times they don't even take the care and consideration to wrap their stuff up in blankets nor plastic. When you see it, it could be good. Or if it's put in the unit and the unit is not climate controlled and they wrapped it in plastic, the moisture got in the unit, guess what? You've got a bunch of moldy, mildewed furniture wrapped in plastic. There's many signs there. So no, don't fall for that. What really irks me is the number of people who think that this business is simple. It is not simple. If it was simple, everyone would be making a grip. And for what I hear, many newbies are losing their asses. So how's that for simple? Dust. If everything in the unit appears to be covered in an undisturbed layer of dust, the unit's entire original contents may be intact and be more likely to contain valuable items. Bullshit. Some of your better units are going to be the newer units that were in there for 3 to 6 months, maybe 3 to 8 months, and the tenant got locked out. The stuff is current, clean, the electronics work. A thin layer of dust could be several seasons of pollen, or it could be a very old person stuff, or it could be a state unit where the family put that person's contents in the unit, paid for it in many years, and let it go and it didn't have shit in it. Don't be disturbed. Hey, there's more clues about that. I agree with this one. Cleanliness. If the boxes and items you can see look clean and well cared for, it doesn't necessarily mean that the locker contains anything of value. However, it does mean that whatever you find is likely to be in good condition. Good point, Amy. That's true. Overall quality of visible items. Not all items will be packed in boxes, but you can guess about the hidden in box items based on the items that are visible in that box. Try to determine what type of person owned the unit and what type of things that they might have owned. If you see one antique, there might be others. If you see a lot of dated low-end appliances, the unit might be full of junk. Okay, I'm going to split. I'm going to give you a 50 on that. 50% right, 50% wrong. One of the things you have to understand is there are many people that move into these units and it's a multiple move of several family members. You may have grandmother's old outdated appliances in the unit and her fine, fresh stripper daughter's high-end Prada Jimmy Choos in the back. Assessing a unit is like going on an archaeological dig. There's so many things you have to look at. Just, these few little things right here will lead you astray because, like I said, I've seen some videos and people are kind of pissed because it's not simple. This is a thing that you have to man up or woman up every time you step in front of the door and do your due diligence. That is what will make you a winner, not these quick little side, what I call crib sheet things. Let's go on. Let's see what else Amy's got. Climate control. In some parts of the country, climate control units will be a better bet for finding high worth items. Old comic books that have been stored outdoors in the heat and humidity may be in poor condition, therefore less valuable. Okay, based on someone who's bought close to 1,300 units, the vast majority of my units were not climate controlled, and 20 of the 30 big hits were not in climate control. Big hits, 10, 20, 30, 40 grand. We're not in climate control. Climate control is nice. Climate control is great for electronics, but you have to understand, there are so many things in the world that are really valuable. What you're looking at is getting an item at a good enough price that you can flip it and make a profit. But moving on. Amy's kind of warming up a little bit. Have a plan for your loot. If you win an auction, you need a plan to get the most money from your items. How and where should you sell everything? How do you know what's worthless, what's valuable, and how much to charge? Okay, this is where Amy starts going downhill. First of all, when you buy a unit and you wake up and you go in your car, chances are you have a very slim clue of what you're going to get. You may have an overall clue. But some places do not print accurate inventories of the unit because you read the ad and the door goes up and you see none of that stuff. They're going off what the tenant wrote on the list. Visit experienced appraisers. The stars of both American Pickers and Storage Wars have relationships with numerous appraisers, and when they don't have an existing relationship, they know how to find the right people. They also get their stuff valued by people who specialize in specific items. Okay, Amy, you've drunk the Kool-Aid. That's a bunch of bullshit. 90% of the items that you get out of storage units, you will not need an appraiser. You will find the value on Google very quickly or eBay. Those are your two main places. Every now and then you will get something unique and odd, but that is just for TV. And most appraisers don't work for free. So say you take this item to the appraiser and he knows what it's worth, and he's like, okay, well my appraisal fee is $50. And he's like, how much is it worth? 100. So you've just devalued the item $50 because you went to an appraiser. Very few items are going to get to that level where you need to go talk to someone. I'm serious. You could do a great deal of research on your own. Every now and then you'll come across something and you're like, I don't know. And even when you don't know, chances of it being like super rare, super valuable, or slim to none. Because that stuff is easy to identify more often than not. Unless it's a very specific, say specific Tiffany and Company flatware silver pattern. Some of that stuff's kind of crazy because a lot of it was custom. So there are no books and there's no catalog for that stuff. But visiting experienced appraisers, and any appraisers watching, step up to the plate and say, hey, I don't just do this shit for free. Tell the people what you do. Amy gets a cool point. Don't throw anything out before you research it. True. Know where to sell to get top dollar. There's no one venue that's the best selling of all merchandise. eBay might be the most cost-effective way to sell less valuable items. Okay, if you know what you're doing, you can sell $2, $3, $4, $5, $6, $7, $8, $9, $10,000 items on eBay. Amy's never done eBay, obviously. For items that are large and bulky and not cost-effective to ship, once again, you can sell these items on eBay if you know what you're doing. Selling on consignment may be your best option. Understand, anything you sell on consignment, you're giving up 50%. Half immediately. I don't know about that, Amy. I don't know about that. Don't sell your items in locations where people expect to get bargains, like garage sales or Craigslist, if you want to get the most money. Okay, we are in the midst, hopefully, the tail end of one of the worst economic events in our lifetime. You can bargain at Best Buy. You can bargain damn near anywhere. So every venue is a bargain venue. And Craigslist, eBay, and garage sales are a great way to earn a lot of money fast. Don't know what you're talking about, Amy, but get a clue. The bottom line, with more than 50,000 self-storage facilities in the United States and more than 3,000 in Canada, there are plenty of opportunities to win storage auctions and make money from the contents. Not everyone will be good at turning profit from picking and auction hunting, but the barriers of entry are low enough that anyone can try it. If you succeed, it's a great way to make some extra money and become your own boss. I'll give you that. A few other tips. From what I hear, not too many units up in Canada. Very different process, very, very few. And yes, it's more like 55,000 self-storage facilities across the United States of America. So that's kind of the deal. You know, you come across this stuff because storage auctions are hot right now because of the shows. They're super, super hot and everybody's piling on. And there's a ton of misinformation out there. All I got to say is, if you get in the game, do your due diligence each and every time. Do not get lulled into, if it has this, then that has to be in their mentality. I have been at auctions and I've heard people say that in a pitiful plea of hope. Well, it's got to be in there. No, player, it does not. It does not have to be in there. Those cushions are not in there for that sofa. The refrigerator's missing all the racks. The sofa's missing the legs. The bedroom set doesn't have the hardware. It doesn't have to be in there. You want it to be in there, but it's not. And that's what separates the successful from the unsuccessful, because I have bought units just like that, and I've turned around and I've sold all of them for a profit because I knew what to do. This business is not for the faint of heart. It's not for those who are looking to turn a quick buck with little to minimum effort. This business is for warriors. That's right, warriors. For people who are not afraid of hard work and expanding themselves. Because you're going to win and you're going to lose. And you're going to win and you're going to lose. But if you win more than you lose, that could be a Super Bowl. Alright, this is Glendon. We're making more money with storage unit auctions. Yes, I said it differently now because I'm crunk! I love ripping articles.